Did you know that goldeye don't have 2 jaws, and they certainly don't have just 1 jaw? They have 3 jaws. Wow, now that has got to be intimidating. I don't know if that's a tongue or just a 3rd jaw. Either way, looks quite menacing. But something this will not keep away is actually a lot of things, but one that I'm after is the channel catfish. This is the Red River in southern Manitoba. I'm here this evening. It's a beautiful evening. It's the end of August. I got one last goldeye to use up before the season's over. And I figured I would use it today because I'm going away tomorrow for about 10 days, and then it'll be September by the time I come back, so which is still good for catfishing, but I want to just get it done right now. If I can, I will catch something with this. I'm gonna cut it up. Cut bait is great for channel catfish. It's great for blue catfish. It's even really good for flathead catfish. A lot of people say you can only use live bait for flatheads, but that's not true. But either way, that's irrelevant to me right now because I'm in Manitoba, Canada. We don't have blue catfish or flatheads around here, so all that concerns me is trying to get onto a big channel catfish here. This river is arguably the best body of water for channel catfish. It goes from North Dakota all the way up to Lake Winnipeg. This is quite a big river, and it's full of big channel catfish. A lot of them are at Lockport in huge concentrations, so if you're looking for a huge channel catfish, a master angler, I mean the average is usually over 30 inches. They get well over 20 pounds out there. But they do migrate through the river, so they're not just at Lockport. They do go back to North Dakota and the US and back. I mean, they're not staying at one place, so of course it's very possible to catch a really massive one in any part of the river. It's just less concentrated, but there's still great chances of catching a big one. So that's what we're gonna try to do today. I only got an hour or two, but I just thought I'd finish this thing up. The rig I'm using is basically just a slip sinker rig, aka catfish rig. You got a 2-ounce sinker on the main line. Depending on the current, you want to tailor your sinker to the strength. Around here, a 2-ouncer is good. Around the area I'm fishing, the current's not as strong as it would be in the northern parts of the river. And then it goes down to a circle hook. These rigs, they were already pre-made. They were offset circle hooks though, and the purpose of circle hooks is to immediately hook the fish automatically so you don't have to do your hook set. However, offset circle hooks usually gut hook fish, so that's why I bent it with pliers to make it non-offset, because it'll work just as good and less risks of gut hooking fish. I pinched the barb because there is a barbless mandate here in Manitoba, which is great for catch and release fishing. You don't have to go through hell to unhook a fish, or yourself for that matter, if you do end up hooking yourself. So it's just really great. And yeah, I'm just gonna cut this goldeye into pieces. I'll start with the head, that's usually the best part. And then I'll just go down and make it to the tail eventually. Right behind the fin here and cut behind the head. It's not like filleting a fish, so you don't really have to be careful with how well you do it. It just has to be a big old chunk. And then when you get to the bone, it more or less just twists off. And yeah, I'm gonna hook this onto my circle hook, slide it on there, and cast. You don't really have to worry about the presentation, so you don't have to hide the hook way into the head. You can have it well exposed. The water is quite murky, so the fish rely mostly on scent rather than sight, so they don't really care what it looks like because they can't really see it until they're right face to face with it, so you don't have to worry about hiding the hook. I just slid a bait button on here because without the barb, cut bait can easily slide off, so I just have a bait button here to help support it. That way it won't slide off and it should stay on there just fine. I'm using the Quantum Ambush musky rod. Of course, musky rods are not ideal for channel catfishing, but it's the only heavy rod combo I have. It's a medium heavy fast action, 20 to 65 pound line capacity, so it's good for big fish, but because it's so stiff, it's not ideal for channel cats. It's well designed to hook into pike and muskie fish with hard mouths, but it can still work. You just got to be careful not to leave too much slack, or else the fish can roll the hook out of its mouth. So I'll just have to get used to it. That's the only heavy combo I have. Having a different rod for each species isn't really in my budget right now, so I'm just making the best with what I have. In the Red River here, goldeye is usually the default when it comes to cut bait, but I do know that in the spring during high water, sucker works really well. During this time of year, frogs are great. Just a plain old frog on your hook works great in the late summer. Honestly, goldeye works pretty much year round during the open water season, so hopefully we can get something here. I'm on. Oh yeah. Oh, that. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, that feels big. That feels big. It's peeling, Trey. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh my god, it's a big one. Oh. Big channel cat. Oh yeah. Oh my god, it's a hog. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay, okay. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. I was on. Oh. I have 65-pound line spooled on here. Oh, we are at 32.5 inches. Not quite master angler. Not even half an hour out here. And even though Lockport may be the best, anywhere on the Red River has just monster channel cats. Let's let him go. Oh, just a beast. Oh. And he's gone. Woo! Yeah! Now that is how you catch big channel cats. All that took was a goldeye's head and a big heavy rod. I've said it in another video I made. I'll drop that link in the description. It was my catch and cook video. That it's very important to use heavy gear on big fish. Now I know we don't all have the budget to buy big, heavy, fancy rods. I understand that. But when it comes to targeting these big guys, you want to be using that, because I mean, I just bought this rod about a month ago. I wasn't targeting big fish before then because I was just using my light fishing rod that I have right here actually. This is just a 10-pound mono. And I just used night crawlers on that rod, just night crawlers fishing here at the river. And so when I got this big rod, I said, okay, now I'm gonna try using cut bait because I have a heavy rod. So I know sometimes it can be tough. We all want to go after the big fish, I understand that. But sometimes what's best for them is just to use heavy gear, because I'm sure had I just been using my regular light rod, that fight would have lasted much longer. It would have lasted several minutes. This one, I'll have to review the footage, but it probably just lasted a minute or a minute and a half. And the fish, as soon as I put him back, he was ready to go. Because, you know, if you're using light gear and you exhaust a fish, I know I don't want to be blabbering, I keep saying this, but that's how fish, even after the release, they can die because they fight too long. So trust me, it is worth it to buy a heavy rod. Even though that's not a catfish rod, it still works because I do like to fish for pike. That's why I got a muskie rod. Not my biggest channel cat ever, but 32.5 inches. Good fish. Looked like a big male, dark colors, wide, muscular head. So a bit of a backstory. I got these goldeyes from Selkirk, which is near Lockport and just as good for fishing. I was there with 3 of my buddies. We were out there just for a day. We were looking for some channel cats, but we only ended up catching some goldeyes from the waterfront there. And most of the time we were just there arguing about junk food and eating junk food. But what matters is we had a good time, but fishing wasn't all that good. I mean, But hey, I'm just happy that the goldeye served me well, especially today. That is the goldeye story. I'm still just waiting for another bite here. Even if I don't get one, I'm happy that I succeeded in catching a hog already. And soon the water will get cooler and it'll be walleye time. In the fall, the walleye fishing is quite good in the Red River here. We'll see, I really don't know what to expect this year, so stay tuned. If you'd like to, subscribe. I'll try to upload more. Check out my other few fishing videos I've uploaded. I don't have much on this channel yet, but it'll come, it'll come. That's all I gotta say. Muddy waters.
Not that close to my face, please. No, not like in front, like at
like this, like you're a driver.
Okay. Yeah, so because we were, you know, close to the